Hey guys, Jesse the AMG guy over here at Mercedes-Benz of Lindon with Steve Ward. As we're putting together our Tech Tip Tuesday, kind of sitting here kind of scratching our heads on what we were going to bring to you this week. So one of the probably the most commonly asked questions, and I'm sure it's happened to maybe some of you guys, but if my car dies or I get locked out of my car, how do I get back in? And so there's a couple of things that we can do here. So one of the cool things, and most people don't know about it, so you have a key within the key. So you've got your traditional Mercedes-Benz key here, lock, unlock, and then your trunk and your panic. But what most people don't know is that when I pull this little tab right here, now you actually have a valet key. So this is going to be a master key that will allow me to be able to utilize some of the valet functions, as well as if my car goes dead, then I have the ways to be able to get into it. So this is the new S63, it's a 222. These ones are a little bit unique. So really what we're after is we're after this blade key here. Now, you'll notice that there's no way for us to be able to unlock this with this blade key. So what we do is there's a little hole underneath the bottom of the driver's side door. We actually slide the valet key in. The car will be locked. So for intents and purposes here, you'll pull this out, and then what's going to happen is that when we're going to get these little ears that are going to release. So we'll take the valet key out, and then just a good solid, you'll feel like you're going to break it, but you won't. Just a good solid pull. It'll removes this little this little cover piece, and then we've got a lock cylinder here. So with this lock cylinder, if your car's dead, can't get in, we just plug the valet key right in. I can either lock or unlock it and then be able to access the vehicle, which is really, I mean, it's pretty ingenious. They really hide this one on the S-Class. To get back in, or to plug this back on, just slide it back into place, just like what it looks, and then just a good push, and it will just clip right back on. So just be mindful, be a little bit careful with that. As a part of this valet system as well, so if you need to do a jump start, there's a couple of things that we can do. We'll come back around to the front, but when we come around to the trunk of any of the cars and we open the trunk up, so we'll actually have a little lock cylinder on the left-hand side of the deck lids as well. So if the car is dead and you need to be able to access the trunk, again, we take the blade, we just place it right in that lock cylinder, and then we can twist it whichever direction that we want to go to. Now, as we look at the CLSs, which will be just right over here, I'll have Steve follow me over here. So whether it's the CLS or the E-Class or whatever model, so again, you'll notice the same lock cylinder here. As a part of this, this master key is called a valet function. So with this valet function, we would actually be able to close the deck lid. This blade, and this one goes to the S-Class, but so this one's not going to do it, but this blade would go in, and then I'd actually be able to rotate it will rotate to the right or to the left, and it will actually lock this down. So even if you pull this trunk lid handle, it won't open. So it's a nice valet feature. So, you know, a lot of the customers with the Mercedes-Benz, pulling up to the resort or to the hotel or to the dinner reservations, you would give them the normal key. Usually you keep your key ring with your house keys on this one. You pull this out and you can valet the trunk. It keeps all your valuables protected, which is pretty cool. On the S63, they've gone to an automated program to where we can actually come in on the valet. So from the glove box, which we can valet as well, so on this one it will work. So we just take our valet key, we plug it into the glove box, rotate it to the right. Now I can't get in there. So if I've got valuables, wallet, or whatever, in this case, it also allows us to be able to lock the trunk out. So as I open this up and pull this out, now I've got a little valet switch. I don't know if Steve can get in there to see that. So this little switch here, all we do is we just flip the switch. Awesome. No pun intended. But we just flip the little switch either to the lock or the unlock position, and then it actually locks the trunk so that, again, individuals can't get into the trunk of your vehicle. So that's how we would get in and out of a car that's got a dead battery or anything like that, utilizing the master key with that. So once we've gotten into the car, we need to figure out how to jump start it. all of the Mercedes-Benz have all gone to remote terminals so that we can access the battery without actually having to tear the car apart. Most of the batteries in all of the cars are either going to be located underneath the seat, they're going to be built into the back of the trunks, and all that kind of stuff. One of the thoughts behind that is that with Mercedes-Benz, if we can keep a lot of the electronics out of the engine bay and the compartments, then everything just lasts quite a bit longer. So on the S-Class, you're going to have a terminal here, and it'll have a little positive. It's a red, it's got a positive on it, and then it's got a little arrow so we can actually slide this. So this is where we're going to hook a positive terminal to, and then you're going to notice there's a negative right here. So this is going to be why we wanted to do this one. This one's a little bit more unique. You have 3 little tabs. We just pop these tabs, and again, a couple of just good pulls. You kind of have to work around this washer bottle, and then this cover comes right off. Then you have your negative terminal here. Your negative terminal is always going to be a steel or a brass or a copper to help with your ground. So this will be your ground, which will be the black cable. This one will be red, or the positive, which is always a red cable. So make sure you don't get that confused, because if you get that confused, you can do some damage to the battery itself. So red is positive, black is negative, and then you hook it up here. So whether you're jumping it to another car or you're jumping it off of a booster pack, then that's where it would be located. It's located underneath the hood of all the rest of the cars. In fact, we can open this one up here just real quick in the CLS, and I can show you where all the rest of them are located. They all look very similar. They're all about the same. To pop the hood, and maybe a lot of people don't know how to pop the hood. It's just always left center from where the emblem is. Just a little handle. Just pull the handle, and this will come right up. Again, always located on the left-hand side of the vehicle. Slide your little post back. Here's your positive side here. Here's your negative ground here. That'll allow you to be able to jump start the car and be able to get you back up on the road. Anyhow, that's our tech tip for our Tuesday tech tip over here at Mercedes-Benz of Lindon. This is Jesse, the AMG guy. If you guys have any questions about any of the models that you see or any vehicles that you might see on the videos or online, again, everything that we try to bring you is for sale and available. So if you have any questions or you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.